Okay, so, I wasn't planning to make this video, but I just encountered a bug so wild, so unlikely, that I thank God I was recording when it happened, because otherwise no one would ever believe me. So, I was talking to the Dark Priest of Loviatar about my burning need to kill people.
Do not be ashamed, child. What I see in your eyes, in your soul, is only natural.
As you do? And he told me he might be able to ease my pain and guilt through penance.
Simply face the wall, and we can begin.
Seems legit. So I walked over to this wall, and he hit me in the back with a mace, and I had to roll a dice to, convince his goddess that it hurt, I guess? And the way this works is, I choose an option based on what my character is good at, and since I am a very scary dragon, I chose Intimidate, to convince him he wasn't hitting me hard enough, and then when the game rolls the dice to see if I succeeded, it adds these little bonuses down here to the dice, to see if I rolled high enough to pass the difficulty check, or DC. However, if you roll a 20 on the dice, that means you always pass the check, which we call a critical success. And if you roll a 1 on the dice, that means you always fail the check, which we call a critical fail. So basically, there's always a 5% chance of success and a 5% chance of failure, even if you're super good or super bad at the thing you're trying to do. So imagine my confusion when this happened. What in the nine hells? Did I roll a natural 1, which overflowed into a 20, and then a -3, only to ultimately resolve on 5? What? I'm not playing with mods either. I actually uninstalled the game right before patch 6, so I'm playing on the most recent version with the cleanest installation of the game I could get without nuking my PC anyway. How in the heck did this happen? What? Was Loviatar so impressed with me that she rigged the dice? What is this? I don't even. But, I mean, that was right after they released patch 6, and we've had a few hotfixes since then. I'm sure they ironed it out since then. Or at least, I was, until a friend of mine sent me this after applying hotfix 20.
You almost seem honest. Care to explain why you reek of the hells?
Oh god, it got worse. You cannot comprehend the true form of these dice. If you've seen this glitch before or know what happened to cause it, leave a comment or just tell me about your favorite inexplicable bug that you will never be able to prove or recreate. Because this game is such a wonderfully buggy mess, I bet there are some even wilder stories out there. Like, can you imagine rolling a natural 20 on the hardest skill check in the game and thinking you're going to get the rare debuff, only to have it inexplicably fail? That would be terrible. Haha. Oh god. It ate the natural 20. Nothing is sacred, nowhere is safe. 20s are actually 50s and 1s are actually 20s. Patch 6 was secretly cursed by demon clowns, and now all we know has fallen to chaos. Staircases are now doors, and hands can eat mushrooms. Quick, protect your PC before it's too late. Do not install patch. Breaking news. They added another hotfix right as I was wrapping up, which means it's time to see if they fixed the bug by rolling dice over and over until we get the result we want. How long was I at this? 30 minutes. If you think this is tedious, imagine all those loading screens. Thank the gods you get the time-lapsed version. Oh, yes, they fixed it. Wait though, the other times I encountered the bug, I wasn't using the quick save quick loads to force the dice. So what do you think are the odds that quick saves prevent the bug from occurring? Hypothesis. To encounter this bug, you must have several skill checks in a row, not save scum during any of them, and roll either a natural 20 with a negative stat modifier, or a natural 1 with a positive stat modifier. Unfortunately, in order to test this, we would have to run through several skill checks over and over, waiting minutes at a time for the loading screens to bring us back to the beginning of the encounter. Do you really think I, an unpaid loaf of bread, would waste my time doing something like that for such a massive studio, completely unprovoked, literally last minute before my video goes live? You're damn right I would. Bam. Shout out to Gamer Wharf for the save files near the end of the game, Molly Stars for the editing help, and all of you, dear viewers, for your continued kindness and patience. I know this isn't my typical Undertale or Deltarune video, but I hope it was entertaining nonetheless. So, until next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Hyperlink Blocked.